Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is 6 3-minute rounds of an international super featherweight contest. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the red coloured shorts trimmed with white, and the weighing he scaled 9 stone 9 ounces. Tonight is his 32nd professional appearance. Presenting from Riga, Latvia, here is Dmitrijs Gutmans. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red and white coloured shorts. At the weight he scaled 8 stone 7 pounds 8 ounces. He has an outstanding record this evening, consisting of 10 contests, 9 wins. 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout, with just a solitary defeat. Hailing from the superb city of Salford, here is Marc, live wire Leach. Timekeeper, Peter Humphrey. Darren Sargentson from Manchester is the referee, 6 3-minute rounds.
Both know the rules, keep it clean, don't enter the low, watch your head, so the same rate, take step, most of the
He's got a very good corner, hasn't he, Marc Leach and Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis there.
Yeah,
he's very experienced.
In that, yeah, a lot of experience in that corner.
Seconds out, round 1.
An interview with Jamie Moore earlier this week, and he was on about Marc Leach pushing for a British title towards the end of this year, early next year. And, I had a look at the ratings in that weight division. It looks like there's quite a few tough fights. So.
It's a tough division, bantamweight division. A lot of good fighters there domestically, and I think obviously with Marc having a bit of a stop-start career, as Jamie was saying earlier on commentary, he's going to want to be really pushing it this year and potentially looking to get himself in that mix. But as you say, there is a few tough fights around for him. But it's good for him to be back in tonight, getting active. Starting pretty well here, giving good shots to the body there. Straight to the gut of Gutman.
Leach is a good switch hitter as well. He switches stance.
Yeah, he's starting well in the southpaw stance.
He's elusive as well.
I think you can tell when you watch him. He's good amateur pedigree.
Yeah, I think he won national titles.
Yeah,
plenty of national titles.
I think most of them came as a junior.
Have you ever tried anything like that in the gym? I saw Jack switch hitting.
Yeah, I do it all the time in sparring. I'd probably like for shooting in my fights a little bit more, but just one of them things. The more you practice, then the more natural it comes in the fights. But in sparring, I'm doing it all the time. Yeah,
it's quite handy though, isn't it, to be a switch hitter, because you're able to sort of automatically during the course of a fight, if the fight needs some sort of change, where you think, right, well, I'm gonna go for the opponent, I'm gonna switch immediately and then throw the right jab, left hand instead.
Yeah, it's confusing more than anything. Obviously, if you're fighting someone who's done a 10-week camp to come and fight you as an orthodox, then you start switching up and becoming a southpaw, then it's confusing to the opponent then.
Good nice first round.
Yeah, nice easy first round for Leach though.
Just to confirm, that is Jack Flatley on commentary with myself, Sean Bastow, and Jack's brother Kieran.
On as 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 2.
There we go, it's round number 2.
He always finds the openings nice and easy, Leach. He's always, you can see he's always got his eyes wide open, looking for them openings.
Yeah, you can see obviously he's throwing the right jab out. He's just pouring away there. You know, he's just waiting for Gutmans to sort of draw. But
yeah, it's like John was saying earlier. You've got to tease with that jab. You've got to make the openings. You've got to get a reaction out of your opponent. I think that's what Leach is doing now for setting him up later for the later rounds.
It was a nice little shot there with the right hand over the top of it.
Yeah.
You know, like we said about the switch hitting before, quite confusing how he was using the right and then just all of a sudden turned it into a right hook. Good shot to the body, and again there from Leach. What are you making of this fight so far, Kieran?
I think Leach is completely dictating everything, dictating the pace. I think he's still in first gear. If he wants to up it, he can.
It's one of these fights for Marc Leach where it's a good opportunity for him to practice what he's been doing in the gym and with his sparring partners.
It's an opportunity for a little good. Obviously, it's nice and local for Leach as well. So, and he probably wants to get the rounds out. As Kieran was saying before, he's probably looking towards heading for British title or something at the end of this year, starting next. So, obviously, if he can get the rounds out now, get a nice 6 rounds.
I think looking at his opponent so far, I think it's quite possible that if he steps it up, second half of the fight, he could potentially stop Gutman.
Yeah.
Because every time he lands something on Gutman, you can see him sort of slightly wincing a little bit, and he's not really willing to engage at all.
Gutman's got that European guard as well, which is really made for Leach's style.
You've got your stablemate Osman on tomorrow on a big card, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on the Matchroom card on the card of I think it's Lewis Ritson,
Joe
Murray, for the British title. It's good to see Osman getting them opportunities now. He's works hard in the gym, and I think he's on that card, and he's on Amir Khan's on the card as well. So I'm really happy to see he's getting on them kind of cards because it's what he deserves.
It's a pretty booming gym over there, isn't it? Elite boxing at the moment.
Yeah, everyone's doing well. We're all quite busy. We've got Jack McGann as well, who's making his professional boxing debut soon. So it's exciting times for our gym there. We've got Luke Blackledge out next week in Blackburn.
What do you think Jamie Moore's saying to Marc there in the corner?
10 seconds.
What would you say to him now? What would you think he needs to work on?
I'd probably say step up.
Seconds out.
If they want to get him out, I'd say step it up. But obviously, sometimes as a coach, you might just say, get the rounds in. But I think to be honest, if Leach wants to get rid of him, we can get rid of him any time.
Good shots. Just looking to see, there you go, I was just about to say he's just changed his stance. I was just looking to see when that was going to happen.
What's important with Leach as well is his distance is really good. So when you're saying about the stoppage, that's where it might come. He just makes Gutman miss by a couple of inches, and then bang, he stops him.
I noticed that uppercut there he threw, it nearly got him. That would have probably stopped him, that, if he would have caught him with that one as well.
That's the thing when you're watching world-class fights, it's always the distance, just making them miss. The best counter punchers make the other boxers miss by a couple of inches and then come back with their own big shot.
Yeah, I think as you can see there, when Marc does go on the offence, Gutmans backing off completely, so there's not much he can really do, other than try and counter him or switch it to try and get them shots off. Gutmans not really making it into, much of a fight really. I mean, he seems to be coming forward on the front foot now, but as you can see, when Marc attacks, he just backs off completely, so it's making it more difficult for Marc to get them openings on him.
Liam Conroy just joined. I think he's defending his English title at the end of this month.
He is, 31st of March in Preston. We've got Kane Gardner watching as well. I think, is Kane out next week?
Yeah, I think Kane's on the Oldham show.
Yeah.
Watching his teammates who are on tonight.
Good show next week in Oldham. Kane Gardner's on there, Danny Wright, Joe Eco, Jack Kilgannon, Charlie Schofield, Kieran Jones. You can watch it all live on VIP Boxing Promotions Facebook Live.
I think Danny's on the Selby Warrington card as well. I think he's fighting on that one.
That's a massive card for him to get on that. I did speak to him a couple of days ago, and he did mention that, and that's really big, and that just shows what people in the boxing community faith they have in him and what they expect out of Danny Wright. And it's good, obviously, that he's been guided this far by Steve and VIP.
Yeah, exactly. He's signed with Frank Warren as well, so it's good to see him getting on them kind of shows.
Another round in the bag there for Marc Leach, I would say.
Yeah, Leach is making it look easy working there now.
If he did go on to win a British title as well, I think he'd only be a second from Salford. Jamie Moore being the other, so it'd be a good story to tell.
Yeah, it would, it really would, that, wouldn't it? Obviously, if Jamie Moore guides him to that coveted British title, that'd be interesting.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 4.
This is round number 4 of a scheduled 6 rounds. Got Marc Leach against Dmitrijs Gutmans.
This is what you've got to do with fights like this as well now. If he's expecting for moving up towards British title level, he's got to be, when he's in these fights and he's under pressure, he's got to be, working on things, and I think that's what he's doing now. I think he's just working on what he's working on in the gym. Yeah. And he's just demonstrating in there now.
Well, this type of fight for him is a perfect opportunity because he's got a fighter who he's not really showing any signs of offence or willingness to engage in the fight. Yeah. So it's giving Marc a good opportunity to sort of work on that switch hitting, work on the countering, get them good shots off. I've seen him throw that uppercut to the solar plexus a few times. Yeah. I don't think he's fully got a connection on that, and I think when he does, I think he really will hurt Gutmans.
An opponent like that's perfect, though. It's kind of what you want for working on things and demonstrating what you've been doing in the gym.
It's a good shot there to the body. I think if he can get a few of them body shots in, I think he could really wear Gutman down here in this second half of the fight. nice to see that he's looking for it as well. You can see, you know, he's pouring out that right jab, and then he's just looking for that left down the solar plexus.
Yeah, gradually he's just drawing them hands up a Gutman. He's pouring that jab out, and it might be the 3rd round now, but come the 6th round, his hands are going to come higher, and you'll probably start seeing Leach whip them body shots in round the side then.
A lot of people on the Facebook live stream asking about the fights. After this one, we've got James Moorcroft, and then it's Mickey Ellison, and then it's Little Levers, Meat Cleaver, Jack Cullen. That's a good shot there, like you said before, they're whipping it around the body, starting to throw them in a bit more now.
And that will be a thing that they're working on, you know, pouring that jab out, getting them body shots in. And it's important to work on it over the rounds. You know, if you start doing it earlier on, and then it's for the British title, you know, it's a 12-round fight, so you've got to, you know, set up the traps for the later rounds. Well, Leach is definitely making it look easy, and it looks like he's barely broke a sweat.
Yeah, for me, he's done the best that he can do in the situation that he's got. He's got an opponent not willing really to engage in the fight, so he's got to take the fight to the opponent, and he's working on some good stuff. We've seen, like I said, the switch hitting throughout the fight, the course of the fight. You know,
10 seconds.
When he has switched, he does seem to get through a little bit more. It'd be good to see him switching a little bit more in this next couple of rounds. What would you do in this situation, Jack, if you was in the ring with an opponent like this?
Depends what the corner's saying, really. If you're looking for the stoppage, and then maybe you start setting the shots up to go for the stoppage. But if you're working on things, you know, sometimes at that level, your coach might say just work on things, and I think that's what Leach is doing. I think he's, you know, concentrating on working on what he's been doing in the gym and doing it under pressure. Because obviously you might not think it's much pressure, but there's people watching, you know, and it's a bit different than sparring.
Yeah, no, of course it is, and obviously he's I've said it a couple of times, you know, he's in that position where he's got to try and find that opening, and it looks like a case of the corner really are happy for him to get the rounds in.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing for Marc, really, with obviously having that sort of stop-start career. You know, now with him being more active, he's got the opportunity to start stepping up the rounds, which he's done in this fight. And then you'd expect within this 12 months, you know, he's going to start stepping up from 6 to 8.
Yeah, definitely. I think the way he's making it look in here, he's definitely ready to be fight. If he's not already fought that many rounds before, he's definitely ready to be fighting 8-10 rounds. And obviously, the British title's 12 rounds, and he looks like he's a fit enough lad for to be doing that.
Well, he's paced himself really well throughout the fight. He's not had to expend a lot of energy throughout the rounds. He's not really missed a lot because he's picked his punches, he's picked his times. Like now, he's seen the opportunity, he's going to the body, and he's been successful with that.
And he does look quite an hurtful body puncher, Leach, as well, so that'll come into play over them 12 rounds. Rob Shaw just joined. He's been down to a few of my fights. Really enjoying the show, Rob.
Kieran, not heard a lot from yourself. This fight so far, it's been pretty much a shutout, hasn't it?
Yeah, 5 rounds, Leach, sorry. Pretty comfortable so far.
Who else are you looking forward to on the card tonight?
I'm really looking forward to Mickey Ellison, watching Mickey, who trains down at Leach. I've trained with Mickey. He's big, strong, and he's a nice guy as well, so I'll wish Mickey luck for tonight.
Corners 10 seconds.
It's a good fight for Mickey as well. He's fighting, the lad is fighting.
Seconds out.
Seems to have been in with everyone, so
Final round.
I think it's only Mickey's 6th fight.
It's a good, durable opponent for him, and that's what he needs at this stage of his career.
Well, but Mickey's been sparring with top people. He's sparred with Rocky Field and stuff before, and he's been doing a lot of sparring with Diego Costa from Oliver's gym. Been doing some good sparring recently.
Fought some good names in the amateurs as well, like Lyndon Arthur, and give a good account of himself every time.
Good body shots there from Leach, good movement there as well. How would you assess this performance from Marc Leach tonight, Jack?
It looks as as mature as you'd want it to be. He's just done what he wants basically. His distance has been good, his body shots have been good, his head movement's been good. I think he'll be happy with it when he watches it back.
Do you not think there'll be any slight disappointment in the fact that, with the level of opponent that he's got in there tonight, he's someone that he could have probably stopped? Or do you think it's more a case of he's been working on the rounds and working on...
I think for Leach, with him, moving up, I think the main thing he's going to be bothered about is how he actually fought, not necessarily getting the stoppage.
Obviously, it's not all about getting the stoppages. It is about how good you do look, because that stoppage, would come anyway, regardless of that. If you're putting in that performance, the stoppages eventually are going to come. But when you're fighting, this particular opponent, Gutmans tonight, has been it's quite evasive, not willing to engage, as I've said a couple of times, and it makes it more difficult for you as a fighter. You have to try and close the range down. You have to get in. If he's tucking up nicely, and he's keeping his elbows in, you've got to try and find them gaps. You've got to draw the lead.
Yeah, exactly. You've just got to do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if he doesn't stop Gutman and then he stops the guy he's fighting for the British title. I don't think he's going to look, back with too many regrets.
No, I think it's been a very good learning fight for him in terms of what he's been able to work on in this fight.
Yeah, he's boxed well. He's done what he wants to do.
I think his amateur pedigree shows he can do a bit of everything. He can move on the back foot, move on the front foot, punch-wise moving.
I think his corner should be happy with his performance. I don't think he's been able to put a foot wrong in this fight, and I think he'll be able to go away and assess this fight and look at, in the future how he would be able to capitalise on situations where he's got opponents like this.
Yeah, exactly. But he's going to have a step up now. He's going to be fighting a bit more difficult opponents. So I think he looks like he's enjoyed that one now, and now he's ready for them kind of fights.
I think when you do up the level, you will see him start stopping people when you get someone who engages with him.
Well, this is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you turn the microphone up a little bit, please? Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 3-minute rounds of super featherweight action, referee Darren Sargentson has scored the contest 60 points to 53 points for your winner, hailing from the superb city of Salford, Marc Livewire Leach. A fine round of applause, please, for Dmitrijs Gutmans. With us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, former British, Commonwealth and European Super Welterweight champion Jamie Moore is in the building.